Welcome, I'm Dr. Tim Downs, and this is an Inside NSU episode where we're going to talk about Gypsy Days. And with me today I have three great colleagues, one who's a student, but you're not sure whether she's a student or a worker here. She's so involved on campus. So I'll go across the group here. We have Ms. Sarah Botkin, who's Director of Student Involvement and Leadership. Nice big long title, but then also other duties as assigned.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and that's an even longer list.
Right.
Absolutely. And next we have Brooke Heppner, who's a student here, but is the chair of the Gypsy Days Committee, or the head of the Gypsy Days Committee. We debated that a little bit, but you're the one that's the lead person that actually pulls all the committees together to make sure we get everything done on the student side.
Yep.
Okay. And last but not least, from our alumni area, we have Heather Jordan, who's here as the coordinator of our alumni operations. And you are fairly new to campus. You started when?
I started in May.
In May. I was going to say April. I couldn't remember because spring is always a blur.
Yes.
But
right after graduation.
That's it. That's right. Well, welcome to the show and welcome to campus. We're glad to have you help us coordinate all of our alumni activities. So when we talk about Gypsy Days, it's a long-standing tradition where people come back to campus. We have alumni come back, we have the students get involved, and the interaction with alumni and students, as well as the community. The community is very supportive of Gypsy Days. The parade will have thousands and thousands of people, and we'll have floats, and people will go to games and different events, and it's just a great week. It's such a great tradition. I love it here. This will be my second Gypsy Days. I loved the first one, so I'm looking really forward to what we do this year. Some similar things, but some things that are a little bit different.
Right, and we've had 102 years of building up to this one, so we're looking forward to that. I think Brooke has a lot of things planned for us on the student side of events that we'll kick off on. Something that we've always done is kind of our points of pride, where our students can get involved throughout the week and we do a little contest, but we're changing that up just a little bit. Instead of just coming up to a table and putting their name into a drawing, we've decided to play on the theme just a little bit. So we've created some postcards that the students will get, and then they'll take them to each of the events during the week, get a little stamp on it, and then that will put them in for some prize drawings at the end of the week. But as you were saying, our community is very involved, and we go out and we get some prizes for this. So we're always very grateful for the community when they give their donations, and the students enjoy that. For what they can win.
So the points of pride, so this little card, then they have to get each event like checked or stamped?
We will stamp every event that they attend. If they find one of the committee members, we will give them a stamp. And then also if you're wearing something Northern and we see you, we'll stop you, ask for your postcard, and give you a stamp for that as well.
Nice. So the overachievers will have a full card.
That's what we're hoping, yes.
That's good, that's good. Well,
we really want to see that Northern pride that week.
Absolutely. Well, that's one of the things I've always noted being here. There's a lot of pride in Northern on campus and off campus. There's pride of Northern and what Northern brings to the community, which is a great thing. So our alumni and people in town are very supportive. So what do we do on Monday? What's the first kind of kickoff the week?
Absolutely. So we have our royalty candidates. So we have 5 men, 5 women who will be competing for Queen and Marshal, which we'll get to that on Thursday. But on Monday, we want to introduce the royalty to the students here on campus, just in case they don't know all of them. So we do it's a meet and greet, but this year we've changed it up and it's going to be a little bit of trivia. So I'll let Brooke talk a little bit about that.
We are going to get some information from all of the candidates to do sort of a family game night type thing. When we're going to split it into a couple of teams, and whichever team guesses which candidate the fact goes to gets points, and then you'll also win a prize for that if you're on the winning team. And it's kind of a way to get to know the candidates before you vote for them.
Okay. So it's a good kind of icebreaker for the week.
Right. So it gets us started off, and then on Tuesday is actually when voting will begin. So all students will be able to vote for the candidates. So that's why it's really good to have that Monday night where they can come out and meet them if they're not really sure about which way they want to vote. They can come out and meet the candidates in person. And
Okay.
we'll do it in a fun way.
Awesome. So then Tuesday, what do we do?
Tuesday has, I believe, root beer pong is
Right.
our activity that evening.
Yes.
So
So the balls, it's with
little ping pong balls. Right.
Okay.
And, you know, just like regular pong, they've got to get it into the cup. But our Werewolves student organization will also be there. And Werewolves helps us promote activities that are non-alcohol based on campus. So they'll have some informative information there too, because sometimes during homecoming week, it's good to do some reminders that we can all have safe and fun activities.
Right.
So this is a good way to tie that in with an activity that a lot of students play, they are familiar with, and can just have a lot of fun with.
Okay. So, and the only downside that I'm seeing is with root beer, the ball's going to get sticky.
We are
I've thought of
doing.
this.
We have.
Thought of this, yeah.
We are doing cups of water, and root beer will just be the beverage. But there will be a lemonade option if you don't like root beer.
Okay. Okay. Because I was going to say if the ball's going into the root beer, it's going to get awful sticky
Yeah,
and
that's
messy.
not going to be so enjoyable.
Yeah.
So you, but I should have known. You guys thought of everything. Okay. And then Wednesday, I said there's a list of 3 things: tie dye, lunch for $1, and capture the flag. I'm all in for the lunch for $1. I did that last
As you
year.
should be, yeah. Walking tacos. This campus seems to love walking tacos. So lunch for $1 that day, students bring us $1 and they get that walking taco. And while that is happening, once again, Werewolves will be helping with the tie-dyeing. That's something that they're doing. So out on the green, you'll see the students out there, and Werewolves will have the white t-shirts and all the tie-dyeing materials set up. And this will
Okay.
be, I think, our 3rd year that this will be the 3rd year that they've done that. And anywhere between 300 and 400 shirts they go through.
Oh, wow.
So it's very popular. Students really like to do that. It's something they can take away, and I still even see some of the shirts on campus.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
As a student, I see them wearing it all the time.
Yeah. And do we give them gloves so they don't have purple fingers and blue hands?
We do,
Okay,
yes.
Just a thought.
We've got the gloves out there, and then, you know, the plastic bags to put the shirts in so they're
Okay.
not dripping it all the way across campus.
But there are some that choose to stay colorful and just don't take the gloves.
Oh, well. So it's a person, well, they're ready for Halloween early then. It's got these big blue hands. Yeah.
There we go.
That's good. Well, those sound like great events.
Yes. And then the new one that evening is Capture the Flag, which a lot of people know that game. I think we're going to have teams of up to 4 teams.
Yep.
And we're going to use the campus outdoor space. So
Okay.
just a lot of fun social activities to bring the students and give them a little something to compete against as well.
All right. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're now ramping up. Thursday, office decorating, coronation, and burning of the letter N.
Yes. So the office decoration, we've already started sending out to our offices here on campus because, just as I keep saying, we want to see that northern spirit. So this is a chance for all the faculty and staff to decorate their offices using the theme. Last year it was pretty good with some of the things that we saw
Right.
out there. And I think I've heard a few that have got some ideas already. So it should be exciting to see that competition. We'll judge that about 4 o'clock and then
Okay.
announce the winners at coronation.
Now, who won the office decorating last year? I can't remember.
Last year, I believe it was a group that was in our education department.
Oh, that's
The
right.
offices over there. I think there were some fortune telling, some readings that were happening. So it was pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay, good, good.
And then I'll let Brooke talk a little bit about coronation that happens that evening.
So coronation is an event that has happened. It's
101
I
times.
think
101 times, yeah. Pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And we have some theater kids working on the script this year, so it should be a lot more interactive and fun to have on stage. And the Gyps will be there, as usual. And we will announce some winners for
Points of Pride.
Points of Pride,
and
office
decorating.
decorating. And then it will be the time that the voting results from the week are
announced.
Nice.
And
So there's a Gypsy Day Queen
Correct.
and a Marshal.
yep.
Correct.
Okay. So the two reigning, it was and who it was Devontae
Devontae.
and
Harrison.
Harrison, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or last
so
year.
they're going to be deposed.
They will turn over their crowns and all of that good stuff and
Okay.
give it to the next generation, so
Yeah.
to speak.
Well, it's a fun evening. Yeah, there's a lot of good energy. Last year we were fortunate to be back in the JFAC.
Yes.
So we're back in the JFAC. I hope that the whole student population come out because I don't want to see any empty seats.
No, and who would want to miss the drum line?
I know.
That's true.
Yeah, the drum line's
That
pretty awesome
brings some
this year.
excitement. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the drum line is as big as it's ever been.
And as soon as we announce the Queen and Marshal, we'll take a few pictures and then everybody will head outside to where we have the burning of the inn, which is in our parking lot there, so a nice safe area. And usually some of our teams join us. Football team is there. Hopefully our volleyball team will be there as well. So that way we can get ramped up because volleyball has games, I believe, Friday and Saturday.
Yep.
And of course
Right.
football on Saturday. But they'll talk for a little bit and then the new Queen and Marshal light up the inn. And to incorporate the theme a little bit this year, because we're adventuring and we're outside, we hope to have some s'mores there so people can have the, feel like you're
Excellent.
outside. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll roast some marshmallows.
But we won't be roasting them on the end.
Right,
No.
yes.
We will have
Yeah.
fire pits. I've had that question a couple of times.
Right? We don't want to get people too close to our bonfire with the northern end.
Oh no.
That's right. Safety
raging
first.
No, that'd be bad. Safety is always a key. So then Friday we have the volleyball game, which you already mentioned, which will be great to have that on campus, and probably an afternoon game.
Right?
And then the paint dance. What is that?
The
Campus Activities Board.
CAB has come together with the Gypsy Days Committee to put on a paint dance in the Jurdy Music Room, so it's a fun way to say goodbye to Jurdy. And
We won't destroy it, we promise.
we
There won't be paint everywhere.
promise it'll stay clean-ish.
Yes.
Because the paint does stain. So actually, at the volleyball game that night, the theme will be white out. So that way, people bring their white shirts and stuff. So when the paint is thrown everywhere on them, they don't ruin their nice clothes, and you can actually see the paint that way.
Okay.
But yeah, DJ dance with the fun paint and just a little bit different.
In the old.
In Jurdy in the old cafeteria space.
Okay, which we're not really using.
Right,
It's
because
closed.
once JFAC opened,
Right.
the music department was able to get back into JFAC.
Okay.
So yeah,
Right,
it
so
makes a
paint
perfect
dance.
space.
It's kind of like a color run type
Only
thing.
a paint
But-
dance.
Okay,
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
it.
but
Exactly.
kinda.
I'm with you. Yeah, okay, all right. So that's good. So that'll be Friday. And then Saturday, there's the parade, but there's also steps for Shep. And then, as we mentioned, football and volleyball, the traditional. But
Right.
what is steps for Shep?
So that is put on by our cross country team, and
Okay.
it's in memory of a student that was here at one point. And so they put this run on. It's kind of a fun run that they do in the morning, but it has been an annual event. I wish I could
Okay.
remember how many years, but it does go back several
Oh, good.
years. And so if anybody wants to participate in that, they can still sign up for it. If they just contact Kevin, our cross-country coach, he will be more than happy to get more individuals signed up for that and participating. But it's fun because the route that they take brings them around and they end up going down Main Street. So right before the parade kicks off, you see this whole bunch of runners going down Main Street. And it's kind of it really is that annual tradition that okay, here comes this event and then the parade's coming right behind that. So it's a really good experience.
Right. Well, the parade's exceptional. How many bands do we expect this year? I couldn't believe how many high school bands we had, besides,
Right.
of course, the Pride of Northern. But
Number one band right out in front.
Absolutely.
So last year we had about 20 bands, and we're anticipating around that as well. So Dr. Beckler, who works with our marching band, coordinates that. So we'll wait about another week to see what he comes up
Right.
with. But it's typically around 20 different bands that show up for this.
Yeah.
So if you want good marching band music, this is the parade to see.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's a great event, and I have to say last year was the first time I was in a parade.
You picked a good one to start with.
Right, it was about 60 degrees, sunny skies. It was pretty amazing.
It was a beautiful day, yes.
Yeah, it was. So we'll hope for a little bit more of that.
Yes, fingers crossed.
Yeah, absolutely. So the students will be excited, and they're getting all ramped up right now. We're off to a good start. We've got 3 years of 3 weeks of school in this first year for our freshmen, and they're getting settled, and the upperclassmen are clicking right along. School's going along really well. By the time Gypsy Days rolls around, and we're into like 6 weeks of school, that's a good time to celebrate the campus and the students and the alumni, have everybody back, and it's just a great energy on campus. So when we do this, it's about the students current, but we also have all these alums.
We do, and it's really, really fun to bring back the alumni and energize the base that has walked in the steps before.
Yeah.
And we kick off with a 50-year club reunion, and that is on Friday of the week at noon in the Student Center. And it's going to be a really fun 50-year club luncheon because we bring back the graduates from the class of 1967. And we get to hear their stories and reminisce about the times and fun that they had on campus when they were here.
Yeah.
So that kicks off our week.
And that's Friday?
That's Friday at noon.
Okay. And the class of 67, they're youngsters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Youngsters at heart. They bring a lot of energy.
Absolutely.
It's a
Yep.
lot of fun.
Baby boomers.
Yep.
Absolutely. So that'll be a lot of fun. Last year when I went to the 50-year luncheon, just great energy in the room, great stories about the fun that they'd had at Northern, and similar but different fun that our current students are having.
Yeah.
But great pride in the institution, and really, really happy that they went to school here. Yeah, just like Brooke.
Oh yeah, I love it here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also have a fine arts reunion.
We do. We want to showcase and show off the Johnson Fine Arts Center that has undergone renovation, and we're going to be very excited to invite all of the fine arts, not just music. We want art, theater, musicians. We want everybody to come back and see the JFAC Center, and that will be Friday night from 5 to 7, and we'll have some refreshments, hors d'oeuvres, and things to snack on, and tours of the JFAC, and some student musicians to showcase the space as well. So that
Right.
will be fun. And in conjunction with that, we're having a marching band reunion as
Oh,
well.
wow.
It's not listed right here on our agenda, but on Saturday we invite marching band alumni to return to Northern. If they want to bring their horn with them and come to the game and sit in with our current marching band in the stands and
Wow.
play the fight songs and get excited about that, they're very welcome. They don't need to have the pressure of going out on the field and doing the marching performance.
Right.
Dr.
So they
Beckler
just
has
get to
that
have the
very
fun.
coordinated. Yeah, this is a very fun event for the
Yeah.
marching band alumni, and they can get a hold of that sheet music if they need to dust off a little bit of rust.
Okay.
We can provide that.
That's awesome.
On the
Well,
week before.
now the Fine Arts Center last year about this time, we had just moved back in. So now we're really settled. So it's
Yes.
really, I think it's a great idea to really go into the Fine Arts Center and show all the people that have been affiliated with the fine arts and the arts over the years to see the new facility, because it's a renovation, but there's a lot of new space, and it's almost pretty much a new building. So it's pretty phenomenal. So hopefully people will be able to come to that fine arts reunion and really
Yeah.
celebrate how we've taken the arts to the next level at Northern.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's
very exciting.
okay. And then same night, Friday,
Same night,
we have the Hall of Fame banquet.
Hall of Fame banquet. It's athletic themed in nature, and we're honoring 4 individual inductees, 1 Kretschmann Coaching Award winner, and then this is a first time event for Northern. We've never inducted an entire athletic team, and so we
Oh.
will be honoring the 1991-92 national championship team under Coach Kurt Fredrickson. So the entire team of 20 plus members and their families and it's coming back to
That's
celebrate. So this is going to be a lot of really great energy and stories to be told, and a lot of fun with that group.
Yeah, whole team. Wow.
Whole team. Whole team.
Yeah, and it was quite a team apparently.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, one of the players on the women's team was 6'6". Yes, and quite good. So there's a reason why they went to the national championship game and won.
Yes.
They're wildly talented and just, well, nobody could beat them.
Yeah,
So.
Northern's first national championship
Yeah,
is
that's
the heart of this team. So
absolutely. So
very
that'll be
exciting.
fun.
That's going to be really exciting to have them.
So this is really, the Hall of Fame is the athletic, it's focusing on athletics this year.
Yes.
In previous years, we've had distinguished alumni as well,
Mm-hmm.
but we're going to do a distinguished alumni event next spring.
Yes.
Because they're very different populations and different groups, so we're working on that. So stay tuned
Yes.
for the distinguished alumni banquet, which will be closer to graduation in spring of 2018.
Yes.
So the Hall of Fame banquet's excellent. And then, you know, we do all the frolicking on Friday with the alumni, and the students will be busy. And then Saturday morning we get busy. So what happens Saturday morning?
Yes. Well,
You have to get up early.
I have to get up very, very early
Very early.
because the parade, of course, is at 9. But we have some activities for alumni, and that is related to the Hall of Fame inductees and their families. We have a president's breakfast that Dr. Downs and his wife Mary will attend, and so we're welcoming those alumni and dignitaries to our breakfast pre-parade, and then we'll load up at the Barnett Center and get everyone in their cars and get ready to shine on the streets of Aberdeen. So
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Promptly, 9 a.m.
9
9
We will
a.m.
kick it off.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of people come to the parade that are from the region, that are alumni, people from Aberdeen, from the Brown County. It's such a big deal. I had no idea what to expect, but it was pretty phenomenal.
And there's even a few spots you can see Friday night where people have staked out their spots where they're going to be
That's
sitting
right.
to watch the parade.
That's right. They put their chairs
They
out.
get them out there nice and early. They want that front row. They want to catch that candy.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, I have to get my throwing arm ready so I can throw some candy. But it's a lot of fun. So that event, you know, to have a parade, it goes on for a couple hours.
Mhm.
It is pretty exceptional. And the bands, especially, you know, the high school bands and then our band leading the way, it's just one of the best events I've ever attended.
And
And
there's
then,
typically about 160 to 180 entries all total once we get through.
wow.
So that is the reason it takes quite a while to get everyone through.
Well, and I've seen some really neat ones. One last year was one of the local businesses had their big truck was a wolf head.
The semi, yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, Dial-A-Move
Mhm.
had the wolf head, and that was pretty pronounced.
It was a very impressive, yes.
Yeah, and I actually ran into them in town, and they said they have another one planned, and they wouldn't tell me what, and I didn't push, but they take it pretty seriously.
They do. They want to keep that traveling trophy.
Yeah, so a lot of companies take it very seriously because they want to make a statement that they're, you know, embedded and very much engaged in Northern and supportive of Northern in the community. So it's just a great event. So then we switch gears on Saturday, and we'll have, you know, alumni and friends tailgate out by
Yep.
Swisher Field.
Yep, that's directly after the parade, so don't even stop and go home. Just get in your car after the parade and head on out to Swisher Field out at the Aberdeen Central High School area. And we have food, beverage, refreshments, and a lot of fun that's going to be happening out there pregame.
Right.
So all friends and alumni are very welcome and encouraged to attend.
Right, and then we play at 2:30. We play Minnesota Moorhead, and at halftime, we'll bring the Hall of Fame inductees out on the field, and they're recognized. And I think all I do is wave. Yeah, I just have to do the wave like I was in some court. But it's really a good thing to see and recognize people. So everyone in the stands. Last year, I believe we had 7,000 or 8,000 people attend the Gypsy Day Parade or home game.
Yeah, it is one of the highest attended games
Right.
usually of the season.
which is just a lot of fun. Great atmosphere. So it's a great week. It represents many traditions of Northern, you know, and the generations that came before Brooke, and then someday you'll be one of those that's coming back and
50
saying,
years, I'll be here.
yeah,
50-year club reunion.
yeah,
We have it.
and you'll be the head of the 50-year reunion club, I'm sure.
Perfect. Super
Yeah.
exciting.
So, but it just shows the great traditions at Northern, and that's why people really love Northern. It's just a tight community. People support each other. We support our students, and our staff and faculty are phenomenal in helping the students learn, grow, and develop. So that's what makes it a great place.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So is there anything else that we need to tell people about, you know, Gypsy Days or what's happening?
I think we've hit most of the items. Certainly for the parade, I always like to just make that statement. If you are coming with small children, just keep an eye on them because they do get pretty excited about that candy. So trying to keep them back behind the lines.
Right.
And for any of our community members that are watching, just if they happen to live down close to where we line up, we do always ask that night before they do not park their cars on the street, and just a reminder that also parking will be blocked off starting that night before of Main Street. So just a friendly reminder to the community, and we thank them for not parking out there that one night. Makes lineup a lot easier and everything go a lot smoother in the morning.
Right, so it's Main Street, corner of 8th, going south all the way to...
The parade will run exactly 8th south all the way till 12th, so right back at campus. So lineup starts about 7th, so right around Scotty's restaurant, and we run all the way back to about Presentation College is about the distance, about 15th is our lineup route. So any homes or apartments, folks that have cars, if they could just make sure they're not out there on the streets that night right before the parade, because we'll be out there nice and early in the morning putting up our signs, the block signs, so that way people will know where they're supposed to be lining up, and then by noon we'll be out of everybody's hair and we'll be headed off to a football game.
It's just a great atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we hope all the students are having a great year. So what's the word on the street, Brooke? The students get off to a good start?
As far as I know, yes.
Good.
They're all excited for Gypsy Days.
Absolutely. So good. And your school year's off to a good start?
Oh yeah.
And what's your major? Remind us.
I'm a double major in criminal justice and human services.
Okay. All right. So well, that's a great. You'll have a great career. Or you could just never leave here. We'll just keep you employed here. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, we appreciate all your enthusiasm and support and leadership of the students for Gypsy Days. And Sarah, you're everywhere on campus. In terms
I'm just
of,
trying to keep up with you.
Right. Yeah. Sure. But every time I turn around, oh, there's Sarah. 24/7 almost.
At least you can find her. Half the time when I have important stuff, she's nowhere to be found.
Really? Well, you know,
she runs
there's a
around.
secret, but I can't tell you.
Oh,
Thank you.
We put a chip in her phone. Yeah. So we have a little app in there. We can find her anytime. Yeah.
It's a new thing.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah. But no, you're everywhere helping the students, and we really appreciate it. You know, Student Affairs is here to support the student life and the student development, and I think we're doing a great job here. Students really enjoy being on campus, and students at Northern. And Heather, you're new, but you've jumped right in.
I am. We had an excellent tailgating alumni event down in Sioux Falls just a couple of days ago with the USF football game, and had over 100 alumni in attendance down at Tinner's to kick off the football game and get reacquainted and energize the base. So things are really rolling in the alumni side and the foundation too.
That's right. Yep, I was down there. It was a great event. A lot of alums. I'm not sure. Some of them were. I think it was 1963.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the most senior alum that I think we had there. That
Several
day.
decades represented, and former NSU players, football players, and wrestlers, athletes as well to support.
And parents of current students and athletes. It was a really nice mix.
Yep.
So it was a really good event. So we appreciate you, since you came here in May, jumped right in and keeping the energy going at Northern. As you can tell, it's a great place to be.
It is. It's great. It's going to be a very, very exciting Gypsy Days.
Okay. Now, is there a place where all this is listed? I believe that we're going to have a website up.
Right, we're working on getting that onto the homepage. So anybody who goes to the Northern homepage, they'll find under Campus Life, they'll see Gypsy Days, and then click on that. And so Gypsy Days does have its own page.
Okay.
And yes, we are working on getting the full calendar up there so everybody can find the events.
Okay, so we'll have that up shortly, so you know exactly where to be and when, and you won't have a problem having the Gypsy Days to the fullest extent. But we know it's going to be the 102nd Gypsy Days will be just as good as the 101 before it,
That's right.
if not better.
Maybe even better.
Maybe even better.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Okay.
Make every year better.
Absolutely. So I guess that kind of gives a wrap of what we're trying to do to just give everybody the preview for Gypsy Days. The only thing we need to do is just end the show, which we usually do by saying,
Go Wolves.
"Go Wolves." There we go.